third game inside 7 days coming up. It's a really tough time to be a footballer, isn't it?
Well, 3 games in 7 days is normal. It's just a Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. So the tough bit is when everyone else is partying and eating. That's the difficult bit, because it's your job that you can't do it. You've got to look after yourselves and things like that. But the games come with thick of it. We've had a lot of games in the last 2 months. I think we only had one midweek where we didn't have a game. So it has just been game after game because of the cup games and replays and things like that. So it's probably helped the lads with the fitness levels, but it is a lot of it's mental as well, though, because a lot of people at this time of year say, "Oh, you'll be tired now. Oh, you must be getting tired now. You've had lots of games. You'll be tired now." And if you believe it and believe it and believe it, I think it's a mentality. I know for a fact. And that's some of the work that you do when you're in pre-season, which we didn't have, but we did a little bit of work of, your legs will take you wherever that tells them to. So it's not letting the players believe that, oh, it's that time of year and all this and that, because the games are coming fast and there will be an element of fatigue, but it's not always as bad as what people make out, because if it was a Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday in September, people wouldn't be talking about this sort of thing. So it's a bit of both. But the non-mince pies and the non-sherries is the difficult part.
And is that just as much about training, as the physical side of things? It's you guys trying to sort of keep that mentality, away from that feeling of, oh, everyone else is out and about having fun? I think
when you're in it, you just live it. I never used to miss New Year's Eve. It was part of the job that they get 7 weeks off in the summer. That's when they can do their partying. And when you go into this world, it's just part of the job, really.
Saturday was a great game against Forest Green. Does that give you momentum going to Yeovil?
I think momentum is the fact that it was another game unbeaten. The fact the way the game went as well. We finished strongly. But the next couple of games we've got coming now, they're in a position where we were a couple of months ago. So we know what we were doing then. We were fighting, working hard, and they'll be doing exactly the same thing. So it's trying to keep that momentum, and we now have opportunities, rather than trying to catch the group, put distance between us and the teams in and around us. So that's what we're trying to do, knowing that if we lose, they'll be saying the same thing to claw us back in. And
where the two sides are in the table, is this a more important game than sort of the last couple?
No, it's 3 points. It's always 3 points. It's difficult. People think that you're just hiding and it's one game's bigger than the other. It's not. It's an opportunity to put, like I said, distance between us and other people, but we don't lose points. We'll finish where we finish in the league based on our points total. So if we get 45 points, we might get relegated. If we get 60 points, we won't. So that's the sort of targets we're trying to set.
What are your thoughts on Yeovil?
Really attacking. Good pace in the team, having a difficult spell. But like I said, I will refer back to us 2 months ago. That's exactly where we were. So we need to be aware. It's an away game in League Two, so the levels between the teams are really minimal. It's very rarely that one team dominates a game, for example. So we'll go there knowing that it'll be a tough game.
And in terms of the squad, how's everyone doing? Any injuries or?
Nothing new, I don't think. Obviously, Will Boyle's out for a period of time, but Jacob got some minutes on the pitch. Whether he's ready to start or not, I'm not quite sure. I've yet to hear about Ryan Broom, but I'm not expecting him to be fit.
And presumably work's going on behind the scenes at the moment ahead of the transfer window. Are you getting any closer to any bits of business?
Not been off the phone. Nicky's not been off the phone, Ross has not been off the phone. So you're just spinning plates constantly, because it's moving sands all the time. You think you've got somebody and then someone else comes in and gazumps you, or the player wants to go somewhere else. So until you've actually signed it and got the player in the door is when you go, right, that's that one part. So we are trying to bring people in. It's just, we're close to a couple, but we've been close to a couple, and they've gone away from us.
Obviously 2019 starts tomorrow, and what's your sort of hopes for the new year and for Cheltenham?
I think the new year is to build the momentum that we've created. So I think the last 2 home games has been a good opportunity for the team to show up the work that's been done, and supporters have come in because it's the time of year, and hopefully a few more will come back now. And like I said, trying to get this relationship between the football club and the town back together again, an affiliation with. They know, got an idea who's playing, so they can buy shirts with the name on the back, and good performances lead to noise and people wanting to come back. So it all goes hand in hand, but it's always results based.